Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm covering the topic of plotting graphs. It's really something done in Form 4, but I want to cover graphs like this where y is equal to 1 on x, y is equal to 1 on x squared, and I hope that I get the opportunity to do y is equal to x cubed. So please stay tuned to see what I have in store for you, and I hope that you all could learn something from this. Thanks. So this is my first one. Use graph paper and draw the graph of y is equal to 1 on x. Now before I do this, I need to get my x and y values, right? Now they didn't specify to tell me where they want me to have my x values ranging from this value to that value. So I'm going to assume that, say, they want us to get x values from, say, -6 to +6. So I'm going to do up a table like this, a blank table, and just keep filling out the values until I get up to +6 like that. Now the next line I'm going to input now is my y value, right? So if x is -6, y will have to be 1 on -6. So that actually -1/6, -1/5, -1/4, and so on, right? And I'll just fill out this. This would be 0, this would be 1, 1/2, and so on, right? So now that I'm finished with this table, I don't know if you all realize this, but this is telling me my x value and this is telling me my corresponding y value. So just say, for instance, I could say, hey, one point is actually -6 -1/6. Another point is 5 1/5. That's from here and here, right? So now I want to plot this on a graph paper. So I'm going to scroll down a bit so that I can fit this properly on my graph page. So now I'm going to label. So I'm going to divide this up so that I will get 6 up to here and I'll get -6 up to here. So for me to fit this up, I'll have to probably go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 here. And then similarly, use the same scale on this side and I'll work that. So now that I have my axes properly labeled, just excuse this double line here. I'm trying to take off this other 5 value here, right? So now, what I'm going to do now is start to plot. So I have -6 is -1/6. So -6 is here. Now 1 divided by 6 is actually 1.666. So that will actually be, say, around here. Well, actually it's the negative side, so it'll be on this side. Let me use another color so you all will see it properly. So it'll be around here. Very, very close to the x-axis, right? -5 plots with -0.2, so that will be here as well, right? -4 will go to -2.5, so that's there. -3 is -1 on 3, so that is 0.3, so that's about there. -2 is -1/2, so that's around 1/2 of that here. -1 is 1, so that's here. 0, well, this will be infinity really, right? Because it's 1 on 0, which is infinity, so that's no value there. And then what will happen now? We do have other values here, so let's move on. 1 will go to 1, so I'll be there like that. 2 will be 1/2, so that's about there. 3 is 1/3, so that's about. And just you keep going, you keep plotting, following the points that they had. Now we don't have values for this section here and this section here because we did not cater for that, right? But we know the curve will go like this. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to try now to connect the dots, and it's going to come around like this, and it's actually going to go like that, right? Similarly, I'm going to do the same thing here. Excuse my jagged line, it's because of this tablet. The pen that I'm using here is kind of hard, and honestly even you guys with pencil and stuff, it would be difficult. Now for me to get these points, yes, I could go and put in values like, say, when x is -0.5 and -0.3 and stuff, and work that out, right? I will get y to be 1 divided by -0.5 will end up being -2, so that will be like here. -1/2 would be -2, like around there, you know. So we did get it. And so this, guys, is the graph of y is equal to 1 on x. Now for me to do the graph of y is equal to 1 on x squared, I'll use the same layout and everything. I'm just going to change the squares. So now I'm going to do that. So if I change it now, example 2, and I put a square here, I'll put y is now, it'll be 1 on x squared, so that'll be 1 on minus 6 squared, which would be 36, 1 on 25, 1 on 16, 1 on 9, etc. And keep going. Sorry, this is supposed to be 4. Y would be, right. So now I want to plot these. So plotting this is actually a little easier because now I'm just using this section here and this section here because they're all positive values of y. All the values of y are actually positive, right? So now once I get the hang of it, let me start. So minus 6 is minus 1, 6. So trying to erase this point here, probably there I could say. Alright, so that's minus 6 is 1 on 36. 1 on 36 is actually 0.0277, right? Minus 5 is minus is 1 on 25. 1 divided by 25 is actually 0.4, so again that's around here. Minus 4 is 1 on 16, so that's 1 on 2, 2.5, so that's about, say about there. 1 is 1 divided by 9 is 0.1. Actually no, I went up a little too high for this one, so it'll be around here and here. Right, now it's, sorry, minus 2 is a quarter, so that'll be 2.5, so that's around here. Minus 1 is 1, so that'll be there. Right, this will be infinity again, right, because 1 on 0 squared is infinity. 1, right, and then, so then this curve would kind of, well, let me continue with this other section here. 1, 1 will be here, and so on. Right, it'll get very, very low here, like that. Right, so now I'll use another color. Let me fill it in with green, and I'll try to plot this graph. So again, this will be like this, right? We're gonna apply that. Similarly, it'll go like this. Now, excuse my jacket line. You're trying to do this as smooth as possible. I hope you all are doing it better than I am on this tablet, right? But yes, this here would be considered the asymptote. It will never touch. So even though here is kind of touching, it's not supposed to be like that. But it's just that it's very difficult to do this graph on screen, right? So this is a graph of y is equal to 1 on x squared. Now let me do the graph of y is equal to x cubed. So my third and final example is y is equal to x cubed. Now y is equal to x cubed means that I'm taking each value here and cubing them. So I'm going to get 216 here. I'm going to get 125 here. Well, minus 4 cubed is going to be minus 64, minus 27 here, and so on. Right? And now cubing it on this side, I'll get the same values, but they would be positive. Right? So now to plot this, right, I'll plot this quickly. Now, because of my scale, how it's drawn like this, a lot of the values would not be shown. So I'll actually just get this value here with 0, 0. I'll get minus 1, 1, this one here. I'll get 1, 1 as well. And I wouldn't even get 2, 8, because 2, 8 will fall out of the thing, like it'll be around here, and so on. But anyway, the shape of your graph, if your scale could work, will end up going like this. Would end up being like this. Coming like this and going up like that. And would actually be something like this. Going like that. So that's the curve that we're supposed to get. Right? But it's because I use the same scale for all 3 graphs, that's why it wouldn't fully show the shape of it. Right? So please, I hope that you all have understood what I've done so far. I hope that this is now clearer for you, and I hope that you could approach these types of questions, with a little more confidence. So again, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks, guys.